Okay, so this is the alpha demo of Nioh for the PS4, which is only available until May 5th on the PlayStation Network. I guess you could call it a Souls-like, as it borrows more than a few ideas from Dark Souls, Demon Souls, and even Bloodborne. It's by Team Ninja, who brought us Ninja Gaiden as well as, unfortunately, Dead or Alive, and much like Dark Souls, it's aimed at masochists because death comes really swiftly. Even once you got a feel for the controls, basic enemies can still one-shot you, and you're frequently gonna get cornered and murdered if you don't move about carefully. If you draw more than one enemy, you're pretty much dead. Borrows a lot of the same mechanics from Dark Souls and Demon Souls. The health and stamina bar are pretty much identical, although they call stamina in this key and souls are instead Amrita. And when you die, much like in Souls, you drop your souls behind and you have to go get back to them, and instead of being a bloodstain, they're instead this guardian spirit. And when you die, you also leave behind a corpse in other people's games, and instead of just seeing the image of how somebody died in this here, you can instead summon like an NPC version of the character that died. Don't know if invasions are possible, but you can summon other players for help, but I didn't bother summoning anyone. It's nearly the identical gesture system from Dark Souls, although there are a few other differences. First of all, it's the fact that you have three combat stances. A high stance, which has you swinging your weapon slowly but with more power. You roll about like in Dark Souls when you're in that stance. There's a medium balance style where you can nimbly duck about like in Bloodborne and strike a bit more quickly but with less damage. And then the low style is for really quick slashes, but they're a lot weaker, and it seems to be more about counter attacks. In all three styles you block with your weapon because there's no shields, and you can do special time parries to deflect attacks or put an enemy to their back to you so that you can get an opening. And like in Souls games, you can also do critical attacks when enemies are out of stamina. The second thing is the fact that it's a more feudal Japanese setting. You tend to fight samurai, ninja, and other Oni style demons. You've got little guardian spirits that act as a rage meter of sorts, allowing you to do elemental heavy hitting attacks and combos. Magic and miracles are now more or less ninjutsu instead, with two different kinds. There's attacking skills like exploding shuriken, caltrops, and poison gas bombs, or you can do weapon elemental buffs and talismans that recover your stamina quicker, that kind of thing. There's little shrines that do the exact same job as bonfires, essentially checkpoints, and they allow you to level up. And leveling up is almost identical to a Souls game with the stats and everything. Lastly are the little changes in the details from a Souls game that are a little more under the surface, but not all good in my opinion. You can pay for little bonuses from shrine spirits that look like little kappa demons. They can up your experience gain or drop rates of weapons, armor, or health drops. You find more of the wee spirits hidden about the level, and the more of them you find, the bigger increases you get to the drop rates. But that's one of the biggest problems with the game, and that is that it has a loot system. So kind of like in Dragon's Dogma, you end up with tons of armor and weapons that are completely useless or have little differences. You can trade them away for minor experience and health, but to be honest, it's more than a little clunky having to sort out the menu all the time, and if you've got any OCD tendencies like myself, then God help you. You can also unlock additional combo moves for the four main weapon styles. The stamina system's a lot stricter than in Demon Souls or Dark Souls, because when you run out you practically keel over, and usually that's going to get you killed, especially if there's enemies remotely near you. The nice side of things is to be able to recover stamina though at a boosted rate with a well-timed button press. It's kind of tricky to pull off, but it seems like it has additional benefits like removing stamina shrink in areas some enemies can create. It's not a groundbreaking addition, kind of feels a wee bit more like the timed reloads in Gears of War. In the starting footage, my character isn't taking as much damage and is inflicting a lot more damage than he should be because he's got better gear from finishing the demo. But normally the enemies kill you in a couple of hits and you don't dish out as much damage as I was doing there, killing them with only a few hits. You can unlock level shortcuts like in a Souls game, and the only thing that I would say about that there is though that the levels seem to be more stage based. You choose them from a menu after you beat the first one, which is kind of strange. I'd have to say so far I'm not 100% sold because I don't really like loot systems. And the difficulty curve doesn't feel right. Health drop systems, a bit like Demon's Souls 2, where you've got a limited amount and you mainly collect them as random drops, which is a pain in the butt sometimes. An Estus system would be appreciated, in my opinion anyway. Although it's only the alpha, so maybe they could fix that in the future. I think one of the main things I can say though is just that I might be done with Souls games, or even Souls-like games, if you want to put it that way. Now that I've seen the back of Dark Souls 3. I used to really love the Metroidvanias, but you can only really have so much before you've seen all there is to see, and all you're getting is the exact same thing, but with a different setting, or increased or lessened difficulty, basically. But maybe my opinion will change on it in the future, I don't know. The only thing I can say is that if you beat the demo, you do seem to like get a special DLC for when the game comes out, but by the time this video is online, the demo's probably going to be off the network anyway, so oops. And I doubt the bonus is going to be that great anyway. It's probably just going to be a costume or something lame like that. Anyway, I'll shut up for now and let the video play out. This is just me playing through the starting area, a bit overpowered. You can sort of see the fact that I use a spear weapon as well as the katana, and I'm not playing very well. And after that there will be the 2 boss battles in the demo, who were both really bloody fucking hard, to be perfectly honest. But I managed to beat them anyway. Not quite as satisfying as beating the Souls boss, but it could be worse. Anyway, if you're interested, check out the demo while you still can, I guess. Okay, this is the run to the boss, and you have to see this headshot that I do with the bow, because it's absolutely ridiculous looking. That just looks amazingly crap. just like in Dark Souls, healing at the wrong time can get you absolutely wrecked. Like me there now, can be seconds away from death, and it's all your own fault. Yep, I love these kind of games apparently. So this was me down to the second boss, and it's the second area in the game, which has more Oni style demons, but I'll be skipping past most of it just to get straight to the boss. But you can see this stupid undead kind of enemy, and pretty much I want to get straight back to the boss to give it another go, and this time I won. And this one is called the Nioh, and it uses loads of electricity based attacks, and it's also really incredibly annoying, just like the first boss. So I'll let you watch me duke it out with that, and I'm sure it'll be just as much fun as I had playing it. I get the feeling I've done all this before, if you know what I mean. See?